All right, 6 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour, officially welcoming you to the most authentic news experience that you will ever have on the radio. It's 99.3 Nigeria Info. The program is Hard Fact. I'm Marianne Okon, welcoming you to the show. If you had a good day so far, did you wake up on the good side of your bed? I don't know where that is, because I can wake up on any side, and it's always a good side. But I know it's a figurative statement, but have you had a good day so far? And how are you doing? Have you heard anything good in the news today? And would you like to talk about it, or are you really irritated by some of the stories today? Well, you're on the right show. My name is Marianne Okon. As usual, we start off with the big three stories on the show today, and these stories are made up of stories that are making headlines on the pages of our national dailies, stories that are trending on social media, the ones that you're talking about as free readers by newspaper stands, and of course some of the news that you have made. Yes, these are all of the stories we follow on the big three. And today on the big three, the very first story obviously is Betta Edu. I like to say stuff like this. That story, I really pray and hope that it doesn't go away anytime soon. Unlike the other stories that just keep coming back in the news, like River States, like at the time, the Tinubu certificate saga. But I'm hoping that we'd see this to a whole conclusion of sorts. And if there be any malpractice or foul play, or hanky-panky, like I like to say it, then someone has to go, and not just go, but be used to set an example of sorts. And we're hoping that this government has it in them to want to do that, and not just because they're very I'm looking for the right word so I don't sound condescending. I'm certain that they're going to do it for all the right reasons, as opposed to trying to try to garner some sympathy and love from the average Nigerian person. I'm hoping that they're doing this for the right reasons, if they do it, if that's real English. Welcome to the show, Lagos. Let's get into the business of the day.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
Husband could not be a magician, and she was meeting campaign with her husband, knowing that. You should not feel happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Marianne Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
And we're back. Let's look at the story. Humanitarian Ministry scandals. EFCC seizes Edu and former minister's passport. In other words, you go nowhere, we die here. Well, let me give you some background. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has seized the passport of the suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, and her predecessor, Hadiya Umar Farouk, over the ongoing investigations into scandals in the ministry. Edu, who arrived at the EFCC headquarters, do you see my emphasis? That's how it's called, Edu. Edu, short for Edu, Edu, like manner of living. Yeah. Well, she arrived at the EFCC headquarters in Abuja at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. She was still being quizzed by the Commission's investigators as of the time of filing this report at 7 a.m., according to the Punch newspaper. Now, as the EFCC interrogated the suspended minister over the 44 billion naira fraud uncovered in their ministry, it was learned that managing directors of 3 commercial banks were also questioned on Tuesday over the fraud. Although another national daily has come out to say, well, no bank was really quizzed, no bank managers were quizzed. They may have been invited, but they may not have been quizzed. I don't know. But then this is what the Punch newspaper is reporting. And my question on this particular one is, this ongoing probe on the humanitarian ministry, is this a sign of good things to come? Does it mean that we can trust this government to do the right thing going forward? Or am I jumping the gun? Am I a bit too excited because this is the first time in a long time that we're seeing something good like this happen to us? Can we even qualify it as good in the first instance? Or should I just shut up? All right, I'll move on to the next story. Lagos police look into Tiwa Savage. So Tiwa Savage's husband posted a tweet. And then after that, we saw that she put out a statement asking the police to protect her from Davido because there's been some, according to her, that he might be harmful to her. He's made statements that threaten her life, and threatens her bodily harm. And I just want to know what it is about, because again, I'm so sorry. I'm not even trying to be anything. I'm just saying I really don't follow these celebrities, these particular ones, so I don't know what it is. But I do know that I saw that tweet on Instagram. Someone posted it, but I didn't really read it because I don't know what it was about. But then how did these two go from being friends to frenemies? I brought this story because it's been trending on social media and everywhere else, so even on our national dailies. Let's go away from that. Nigerians hailed Tinubu as president trims foreign trips and entourage. I like this because I heard Joyce talking about it on the show, but I'm not gonna, just try to add anything to it. But quick question is, I have a question for the presidency. Why didn't you think about this while you were planning for COP? Because I think 400 people going on different airlines that were chatted, it was a bit too expensive. I know what you could have done with that money, Mr. President. I have several ideas on how those monies could have been spent and how it could ameliorate the suffering of several other people, those you consider the poorest of the poor. How come you didn't think about this when they were giving you papers to sign to approve some certain things into the budget that cost so much? I mean, like swimming pools in private lodges, like renovating of. I mean, I don't think that if I went to Aso Rock as it is today, or even your apartments here in Lagos and that's of the VP, that it'll look bad in any way. I'm sure it looks way better than my 3-bedroom apartment or my tiny bedroom. It looks way better. And I'm thinking, are these things that we voted so many billions, and those cars that you bought for the First Lady's office, could you not have thought about that when you were signing off on those things? I'm just saying, if you really truly wanted to lead by example, but maybe I'm a Debbie Downer, so I'm going to shut up and ask, will the governors follow suit? Will the senators follow suit? Our House of Rep members, our State House of Assemblies, will they follow suit? Or is this just playing to the gallery? And quickly, let me look at this story so I can open up the phone lines. I see you calling already. You're itching. Another big story here. Nigerians, okay, let me move away from that. Kanu governorship accepts Supreme Court verdict in good faith, says Shekarau to NNPP and APC. Should I give you some background? Well, Malam Ibrahim Shekarau, who is former governor of Kano State, has appealed to the New Nigerian People's Party and the All Progressive Congress to accept the verdict of the Supreme Court in good faith. Shekarau made the call during an interview on Channels Television's Politics Today. The governor, former governor, apparently said he believes the court's process. He noted that no amount of abuses, hatred, and hate speeches can give or deny one power. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf and APC's Gawuna have locked horns in legal battles since the governorship election in March last year. Should Shekarau be speaking on this matter, or should, because in the interest of the people, should these governors take the Supreme Court's verdict in good faith and just keep it moving? I mean, so the wheels of governance can just, continue to move. Or is there more to it than meets the eye? Let's talk. 0700 993 993 993 993. That's 0700 993 993 993. You can join the conversation if you're a lady. 01465 7190, or you could join the conversation if you're listening to us from outside of the country and you want to call in via Skype. We are Nigeria Info FM. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM, and on YouTube, we're Nigeria Info 99.3. I would love to hear from you. You've got 60 seconds. Think about what you want to say, go straight to the point and make it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Miriam.
Good afternoon.
My name is Robert.
Hi, Robert. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
You said Nigeria hail the President Tinubu for slashing his entourage, right?
Yes.
I am not among those who hail. I'm not among them.
Okay.
Please remove. My name should be removed among them.
Okay.
Why should I hail him for reducing his entourage?
But why shouldn't you hail him? Why should you not?
Is it among the manifesto he promised Nigeria? Is it part of what he said he will do for the public? How does that affect us now? How does that reduce the price of what we are going to in Nigeria today?
But you don't see any good whatsoever in this gesture that the
Is
president
that
has
news
made?
is not supposed to be in the airwave. That news is not supposed to be. What's supposed to be in the airwave? If you promise Nigeria, say, henceforth, I will not travel abroad for medical treatment to reduce costs. We will clap for him. If he say, I will cut down the ministry that I have created, that is lavishing the resources of Nigeria. Now we will hail him, not your entourage. Who cares about his entourage?
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Jare Miriam.
Thank you, Robert, for calling. I appreciate your thoughts. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon, Miriam.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, you have Emmanuel on the line. I'm calling you from Ekwe.
Emmanuel, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I think I will commend the president, for that court. For the court of the of the people who follow him and then the vice president. However, I think practicality is what we need, not just speeches. And again, these are not things that they should say. They are things that should reflect, their actions. And figures shouldn't be put to it. For instance, the president can go to some places with just 10 people, 5 people. And then there are some other places that the president can even go with 100 people. For instance...
Oh, Emmanuel, I'm so sorry. Do call us back. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Turn off your radio, please.
Hello.
Turn off your radio. Turn off your radio.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mary Anna.
Pino Estate. Go ahead, please.
So sorry, my radio was being a bit obstinate. If I'm among people who held the president, in fact, I don't know what my child will tell me. I can never hail him for saying that he caught anything. He should revert back the pump price to where it was before May 29th that he was inaugurated. So it is for those people who actually voted for him.
How do you expect him to do that? Subsidy, he says, is gone, and reversing that pump price means that he has to look for money to continue subsidizing fuel.
And nothing is being subsidized for anybody. In fact,
that's a conversation for another day.
The worst amount of mediocrity in terms of governance. Now we see corruption in the highest quantum of it. So nobody has subsidized anything for anybody. If he's expecting people to clap for him, I think the media is hyping it, or there is something that they are not telling us. Because I don't find it funny that any people should be writing about this thing as top news in their paper.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. I've got 7 minutes on the clock. I want to hear your thoughts and comments. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello. Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
My name is Namdi. I'm calling from Festa.
Hi, Namdi. Go ahead, please.
Okay. The president cutting down the number of his entourage is not a problem. But for me, it's a problem. Now, what is the financial implication?
Namdi, is it possible for you to turn off that radio? Because I don't understand how you're listening to yourself talk at the same time. Please.
Okay. Sorry. Is it okay now?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, what I was saying is that if you put Naira and Kobo to eat, how much were they spending now? How much will it be going forward? Listen. There should be a measure. It's not actually that you are cutting costs. How? What is it in Naira and Kobo? What is the limit? What is the approval limit? For me to travel from here to America, from here to this, how much is it costing the nation now? How much is it going to cost us going forward? I can actually go with 10 people and spend 100 million. I can actually also go with 100 people and actually spend 20 million. So there's no financial implication to it in what they said they are cutting. So for me, it doesn't make sense.
Thank you very much for calling. Emmanuel is calling us from Ekpe. Hello, Emmanuel. Good afternoon. Yeah. You have 10 seconds. Quickly.
10 seconds. Okay.
Yes, now you almost finished your time.
The president can go to and visit Port Harcourt refinery with experts, with people from petroleum industry, fight funding people, The entourage might be large. What is significant is that the president going with people who have a job to do there. That is my point.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I want to go to social media quickly, share the love and spread it. This one says, good afternoon, Marianne. I will applaud the president in reducing his entourage when I hear the amount spent by the next trip is reduced, because one can't reduce the number with the same amount, thereby increasing the amount for limited number. Justice. Interesting point you made, just like the last caller. Tinubu slashes presidential entourage for foreign and local trips by 60%. It's an applaudable approach to cutting down frivolities, but invariably might be likened to subsidies gone, palliatives, 8-point agenda, blah, 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 and the likes of them, which are all unrealistic. The taste of the pudding is in the eating. It's easier for a horse to pass through the eye of a needle than the current administration to do what they say. Which independent body, task force, has he put in place to check the entourage? Chisco, that's a good question. Who's going to check it? This one says, that first caller is my man of the month. A bird that flies off the ground and lands on an anthill is still on the ground. The entourage is still at large. Ologba from Agbara sent the sense of that one. Okay, this one says, the president shouldn't be hailed for doing what he should have done immediately he took power. The action of reducing his entourage is an afterthought, obviously because of public outcry and not because of true reflection of our finances. Anyway, he tried by shaking body, unlike his immediate predecessor, I beg your pardon. It'll be nice sending this message from Tel Aviv. How are you doing? This one says, this is a very long message. My own input on the so-called 60% by Mr. President, I want you to know that I cannot be deceived and I will never be among those who would clap for such things. And do not be deceived on the second part. That should not be called... Okay, I totally understand. You're talking about the First Lady. It's a very long message and I need to move on. This one says, the so-called consultants who must also have their passports seized. The reasons is that they are outrageously inflated the cost of distributing these stipends to the poor. Imagine a company collecting as much as 500 million naira just to confirm that the names of the poor on the social register prepared by the last administration. Shocking, isn't it? This is a clear case of stealing of public funds. And Dosey from Maryland. Still reading your messages. This one says, but Marianne, the president is cutting down the number of people who travel with him, but it's already budgeted for. What will happen to the money? Uchenna, very good question. You know, Uchenna, that's a very good question, but maybe we should start asking that question every other day to Ajurin Galale when he's addressing the press. And to everyone who's going to use this to score cheap political points, let's start asking, where's the money going to go? Can we trace and track that money? What's the president going to put that money to? What use is he going to put it to? And can he tell us exactly what he will do with that money? And also give us a timeline so we can track it. Oh, and then it becomes not just lip service, but factual. Uche, you sabi book. All right, this one says, good afternoon, Marianne. I doubt much if both the NNPP and the APC will receive the Supreme Court judgment in good faith in the upcoming Kanu State governorship judgment. Safianu from Kanu, thank you very much for your message. Someone says, if you're not ideologically grounded, you won't understand what a systemic problem is. This is a typical ruling class systemic corruption. He says they have different hegemonic layers from banking to traditional, religious and political. They're all involved in the system. Corruption and looting. They all depend on each other. Nothing will come out of this probe. Olusoga answering my question about, looking at Betta Edu's investigation. Is this a sign of good things to come? But Olusoga says, you can't make me a believer because I've lived through this political administrations. And for him, he's saying, nothing. All right. Well, I want to hear from you more, Lagos. I'm going to come back to the phone lines. Oh, no, I can't. I can't. I'm just going to keep reading the messages because we have to go on a quick break. And when we come back, I'll take more and more of your thoughts. I've got 50 seconds. Okay. Let me see. This one says, what's happening about this entourage reduction just shows how much faith we have in the government. We didn't vote that man there. So whatever he does will just be seen as eye service. Charles from Yaba. Good afternoon, Marianne. Cutting down the cost of traveling does not have any effect on the masses. He should do what will benefit the citizens: food, transportation, electricity, security, etc. Basade from Ikorodu, thank you. This one says, thank you very much. He says, it's not about reducing number of entourage. It's all about accountability. Are they trustworthy? What will happen to the 40%? Yummy from VI. Thank you. We got to go on a break. Lagos is still hard facts. I'm Mary Okon. When we come back, still taking your thoughts on the big three.
The auditions for the Betta Edu Secondary School Debate Competition have been extended. Hurry now! Enter for the chance to compete with the best of the best debaters in Lagos, Abuja, and Rivers. To begin, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Click on the Betta Edu banner on the homepage. Pick one topic from the list provided. Argue 2 minutes in favor and 2 minutes against the topic. Upload your 4-minute audio recording in MP3 format. Complete the registration form and submit your entry. Ensure you give it your best shot. Auditions close on the 14th of January 2024. For sponsorship, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I beg to differ. Season 7.
Lagos, are you ready to be heard?
Hello, good morning. The microphone heavyweight.
Oh my God. Boom, boom, boom.
Hello, Kofi. Good morning. I'm a first-time caller.
It's your voice that drives the conversation on the Morning Crossfire.
They are making people feel so disappointed about politics in Nigeria.
I want to really complain about the way everything is just skyrocketing because I'm so traumatized. I don't know if the government can do something to subsidize fuel or just in a way to just help citizens.
It is not done. It is not good. I know my right.
We want to hear from you. Your opinions, your stories, your take on the hot topics shaping our city and nation. Join Kofi Bartels for engaging debates, expert insights, and your voice at the heart of every discussion. Don't just listen, participate. Tune in to the Morning Crossfire. Weekdays from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. Be a part of conversations that affect you, mothers, as well as your child on Maternity Line Show, where Zainab unearths motherhood through unique stories in reproductive health.
Pregnancy is quite challenging for me. For the first pregnancy, I had to deliver at 32 weeks.
I hit my tummy on the cervix, and immediately I was rushed to the hospital.
How about asking questions that benefit your child, babies, and toddlers?
Immunization for children has a lot of benefits. You vaccinate a child till the 15th month. Most parents stop at 6 months when their babies stop breastfeeding.
On the show that features experts and professionals across maternal and child health. Join Zainab as she amplifies voices of women for better physical, mental, and social well-being. We discuss parenting.
My kid is a bit older now. When he was younger, it was a bit more stressful, but now we kind of work with each other.
My name is Okon. Thank you for bringing up this topic. So I'm a single mother.
And even hand the mic over to allies who are men and fathers, creating better outcome for child and maternal practices. Join Zainab Fridays 12:15 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info on Maternity Line Show, an all-encompassing medium for every woman, mothers and aspiring mothers.
Are you ready for some morning magic? Tune in and turn it up, Lagos. From 10 a.m. to 12 noon, it's time for the ultimate morning delight. Get ready to join Betta and stretch on the airwaves. We are bringing you the happiest side of radio.
Oh, yeah?
With talk that is seriously funny, serious conversations, and those that are, well, not quite conversations. It's Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. So get ready, because it's time to find out what's up, Lagos!
Be a part of conversations that affect you, mothers, as well as your child on Maternity Line Show, where Zainab unearths motherhood through unique stories in reproductive health.
Pregnancy is quite challenging for me. For the first pregnancy, I had to deliver at 32 weeks.
I hit my tummy on the cervix, and immediately I was rushed to the hospital.
How about asking questions that benefit your child, babies, and toddlers?
Immunization for children has a lot of benefits. You vaccinate a child till till the 15 months. Most parents stop at 6 months when their babies stop breastfeeding.
On the show that features experts and professionals across maternal and child health. Join Zainab as she amplifies voices of women for better physical, mental, and social well-being. We discuss parenting.
My kid is a bit older now. When he was younger, it was a bit more stressful, but now we kind of work with each other.
My name is Okon. Thank you for bringing up this topic. So I'm a single mother.
And even hand the mic over to allies who are men and fathers, creating better outcome for child and maternal practices. Join Zainab Fridays 12:15 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info on Maternity Line Show, an all-encompassing medium for every woman, mothers and aspiring mothers.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hardfact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Marian Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
We're back. You know we're credible. And that's why we bring you the big three, and every bit of it is hard facts. Yes. I did tell you that we're looking at the big stories for today. Top of that story is Betta Edu. Of course, she's being grilled by the EFCC. Her passport and that of her predecessors been taken by the EFCC, so they cannot leave the country because they're under investigation. Also, on the Kano State upcoming judgment, Supreme Court judgment, former governor of the state, Shakaro, is saying that both APC and the NNPP should take whatever judgment comes out of it in good faith. But I'm asking, depending on how it goes, do you think that any of these governorship candidates would take it, in good faith? Knowing what has happened in the last, we saw what happened in the last judgment. What was written on paper was totally different from what was pronounced in court, even though the registrar is saying, well, you're not going to go by what's on the paper. You're just going to go by what we said, because it was a mistake, a clerical error. And then, well, we've subjected that to a lot of criticism and microscopic analysis, and then we got to find out that there's no such thing as a clerical error if it goes beyond words like is that became was, or are that became at, or something, but not a whole paragraph or even two. So if this does not go in the way of the NNPP, are they going to take it sitting down? If this does not go in the way of the APC, will it be business as usual? And that's the question. Also, still talking about things that are happening across the country. Mr. President has been making headlines for trimming foreign trips and even the ones he's going to be doing locally, and the number of people that make up his entourage. Now, I tell you this, it might be very easy to do from the get-go. I'll tell you what. Because I used to work for a governor and I was part of his, what they call an advanced team. Yeah, so I was mostly in charge of, the media relations. So I'd go there if there had to be an event. I'd go there and prep the people who, look at the other programs, trim it if I had to, take out the unimportant things. And I still anchored that event because, even if they had an MC come from the US, I'd be part of the anchoring of the session. So I'd put you through the order protocol, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it can be easy to cut that, number of people. I remember Donald Duke was one of the first governors who stopped sirens in the first place and long convoys. No, he stopped it. And so because he stopped it, the chief of naval staff, or rather the guy who was in charge of the Eastern Naval Command, would not blow his siren. The AIG Zone 6 would not blow his siren. The guy who was in charge of the Army Battalion would not blow his siren. So it was a leader, leading by example. And that was ditto for anybody else. You couldn't have an entourage that was longer than that of the governors. Now, Imoke came and also followed suit. They'd wait at traffic lights. But the thing is, what the president is doing now, is anybody going to follow him? Remember, when President Buhari came, he said he and his vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, at the time were going to cut their emoluments by half. We don't even know if they did, in reality, and how that helped in any way. So again, Is it a bit too late in the day for this to be done? Could it have been done earlier? Or maybe better late than never? Or, I mean, are you one of those who say, I beg is insignificant? How does this help me to buy bread when I need to buy bread? Well, let's talk about it. And then, of course, there's no love lost between Tiwa Savage and Davido, and she's saying, my life is in danger. Let's talk. 0700 993 993 993. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Action lady.
Hey, Mr. Chris, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The Kanu Shekarau, yeah?
Yes.
Advising them to follow the whatever comes out the Supreme Court, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good thing is not PDP is involved, because if it's PDP now, they will flex their muzzle. But this one, all of them, the two parties, Wahala people, so they're equal to the tax. But the man is right. Whatever the verdict say, let them obey that verdict. Because we don't lose so many lives in the process of this election.
Mm-hmm.
Then for the way cut cost, NNPP where they tell us refinery where they say go work in December. We are now in January, right? Police is not go follow VIP again. My estate here, not be my own estate, the estate where I work. You know what they are doing? They change from uniform. They wear suit now. They are wearing suit. Some has 5, some 3, 4.
Well, I think that's the DSS, not the police. The police will always have to be in their uniform.
Police where they carry AK-47, no. I know DSS, no. They wear uniform before, but after that order, where the president give, they started wearing suit.
Okay.
Then you say you go, who will listen? I hear Angulari say anybody that dare this instruction, not be Nigeria with it. Nigerian factor will always come to play. Thank you, Action Lady.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chris, for calling. Pastor Ladipo is calling us from Orile Gomu. Hello, Pastor Ladipo. How's Orile Gomu this afternoon?
Orile Gomu is fine.
All right, go ahead, please.
Marianne. Mommy.
Pastor Ladipo, you want me to dethrone you? You will be unpastored if you try it again.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
You see, my take this afternoon is this. Concerning the Kano Shakarao, what is his name? Yes, Shakarao. I said they should accept. You see, when you talk about clinical error, it should not be more than using word like where you're supposed to use is, you use was. But when you use a full page or sentence, one complete sentence, it's beyond clinical error. There is something wrong. And you know the challenge we have? We have accepted a lot of abnormalities today, and those things are really affecting us. That is why people can embezzle our money, and after plea bargain, we abuse plea bargain, and those people will go away with their so-called booty. The same thing is happening now. Okay, the president said he's going to reduce, he has reduced the number of his entourage. At what cost? At what cost? We need proper transparency.
Okay.
That is the only thing that can help us.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor Ladipo, for calling. I'm letting you go because of time. Uchenna is calling us from Ikorodu. You've got 60 seconds. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. I think we have government that are not sincere, no ramification. I just came back from East. You know, in 3 occasions, I saw these politicians. I may not want to mention their names.
Oh, that's fine.
But they had more than 30 policemen in their convoy with assorted types of healers and all what have you. Now, the question is this. These guys were the people that created the problems on the ground, and they secure themselves through all the means that they've created. And they were there. Ajire Ngilare is there telling us how important the people should keep the president was. Nobody is keeping anything. We're only deceiving ourselves. I just came out of a estate in Lekki. The man is not even on ground. There is 8 policemen outside his house laughing, and they're okay. They are well dressed. I don't know can they be pulled out? Well, imagine when one man, 8 policemen is in his house as I'm talking to you now.
Okay.
And
we
have problems here and there, and no police is out there to mount the people that needed to be taken care of. There is so much insincerity in this government.
All right, Ujena, thank you very much for calling. Ziggy is calling us from Ajawa Estate. Hello, Ziggy.
Marianne.
How are you?
I'm good.
Great.
Right.
I would like to speak on cutting down convoy.
Okay.
You have 100 convoy following you, and you cut 40 off, and the remaining is 60. And they want me to start jubilating about it. I'm sorry, I cannot jubilate about it. Why? Because Buhari in 2016 told us that he's slashing his salary, him and his vice at that time. But by the end of the day, it could not impact anything on our economy. Right. You are telling me right now you are cutting down your entourage. A bag of rice still go for 60,000 naira. And you have not cut down your ESTA code. You have not cut down your wardrobe allowance. You have not cut down your newspaper allowance. You have not cut down your feeding allowance. And you are cutting down what you have budgeted already. Something that is in budget. You are not telling us how much your convoy used to be and how much it should be now. So there is no sincerity in whatever they are doing. Are they not the people who told us that we can apply for Dubai visa? Can you apply and get it right now? Are they not the people who told us about
well, to come to their rescue for a second there, they did backtrack. So let's give them that benefit of a doubt until they fix it.
Which one? Did they backtrack?
They did backtrack. Of course, Ajuri Ngalale came back to say, well, they're still working on it, blah, blah, blah.
After when people have applied and by the end of the day, UAE told the whole world who cares to list it. That is when they have to backtrack. UAE publish it on their website, they publish it on their news, and they publish it everywhere who cares to listen that we have not settled any deal with Nigeria. That is when they backtrack. So, man, anybody who is taking their words to the bank, I think he's doing himself.
Okay, thank you, Ziggy, for calling. I appreciate it. Emeka is calling us from Satellite Town. 60 seconds, please.
Marianne Okon.
How do you do?
Beautiful afternoon to you.
Same to you, sir.
These politicians are very good in rhetorics. And I think at this stage, the whole world is laughing at us. You know, we have changed the meaning of clerical error. Clerical error now involves a whole body of judgment. All of them are clerical error. When the white people who own this English, anytime they hear us speak in this part of the world, I'm sure they'll be reeling in laughter on the floor. And talking about Mr. President slashing his convoy, people have been commenting rightly at what cost. And you're slashing your convoy, that would have been a very beautiful and encouraging statement. But we heard so many beautiful, encouraging presidential statements in the past. Let the poor breathe, don't suffocate them. We heard that. We're going to withdraw policemen from elites. Most of us came out from the east, and like the last caller just mentioned, most of these elites are still going around with heavy convoy of policemen and mobile policemen, while people are dying in Plateau and Benue State unsecured.
All right.
So we've heard so much. Now you're cutting down on your convoy.
Make 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
What about those irrelevancies that were contained in the budget? Even those that were not covered by the Constitution, why not cut down on them? And they were bloated cabinets.
Emeka, thank you very much for calling. I'm letting you go because of time. Let me go to social media because I have to make sure that everyone is covered. If you are on Skype, please call us if you want to be part of the conversation. Yes, Skype is live right now, so call us on Skype. It's Nigeria Info FM. Someone here says, Marianne, good afternoon. I will commend him for the reduction. I wish he'd do more, but some are perpetual haters, especially people. Okay, Sam, because you're going to be this unnecessarily obnoxious, I'm not going to read your message. And I hate it when people send a message or you call and try to make people from a certain part of the country look like evil people. So, Sam, you're part of the problem of this country. So I'm not going to read your message. And that's your punishment for being that backward. Ebilade Ambo here says on Facebook Live, profligacy is part of APC. Tinubu is just playing to the gallery in downsizing his entourage. And this person says, Marianne, okay, let's see. Do you know the budget for food in Aso Rock is over 1 billion? Yeah, okay. Daya Dada says, good afternoon, Marianne. You can see what Malawi president did in cutting the cost of governance for his first day. Even Kenya, Zambia, Senegal president cut his Senate to 1. But reverse is what your president did. Look at from when your president came into power. Wrong policies to corruption, walking on two legs, economic disasters, etc. As for Betta Edu, all this is for optics, for the, I'm sure you mean gullible journalists to praise them. So far, it's been eye service and propaganda. Okay, very long message, but I'm going to leave it there. Azu Frank is calling us. Ooh, Azu, I missed that call by the whiskers. Try calling me back. Let me do those on Twitter. Due diligence. Let me read your messages. If you tweeted, use the hashtag hard facts. That way, I'm able to know that this message is from you. This one says, I applaud the president on the reduction of his entourage. Nice move. Kukoi favorite. Oh, I'm sure you mean favorite. On Twitter. Let's see. All right, I'm just gonna move away from that quickly, and take a message. Okay. All right, let's take this call on Skype. Hello, Azu. Thank you very much for calling us. Azu, can you hear me? Welcome. You've got 1 minute. Go ahead.
Please, can I ask you, what's the idea behind the cutting down of the government?
Not government, convoy.
Of the convoy and the whole stuff. Why are they doing it? What is the idea behind it? Why are they doing it?
Maybe because it's expensive.
Oh, it's expensive. It's always been expensive.
The government is trying to tell us that they understand how bad things are, and this is the president's way of trying to deal with or reduce the cost of governance. In a way.
When he's reducing cost of why he is doing that? Is it affecting him in any way? Does this reduces his luxury and the whole whatever he enjoys? That's just these are simple questions I'm asking. What's the idea behind it? Is it going to better my life? Is it going to change? Do we really care? Like, yes, you're cutting cost of government.
Shouldn't we care if government is reducing the cost of governance?
Now let me ask you a very simple question.
Shouldn't we care? Should it not be our business to know?
I'm trying to reply your question. If the governor's convoy of the president's governor is as long as wherever, and I can go to school, I can have accessible health care, the food on my table is reasonable, the price, what's my business with whatever he's doing? Do you understand? So the idea behind it is, what are you doing? Like, is that even the problem? Or are you just trying to play to the gallery or just for the optics? Do you understand?
I see.
Let's ask the right question. How much does this really matter to the man on the street? Have a lovely day, Marianne. Thank
you, Azu, for calling. I totally understand where you're coming from here. All right, we have another call here. I don't see a name, but I'm going to take it. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Miriam, how are you?
Hi.
My name is Femi.
Hi,
yeah,
Femi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Femi.
Yeah, how's it going?
Great. Can't complain.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so firstly, I'd like to say that with regards to cutting of costs, to be honest with you, like, you might not like it, a lot of people might not like it, but I think it's a welcome development because Mahatma Gandhi once said in his quotes that there's no road to peace. The road to peace is peace. There's no road to peace. The road to peace is peace itself. So there's no road to stopping anything. The best road is for somebody to start it. And it's now like the onus on us to put pressure on our governors and on our local government chairman to also follow suit. Because you can't keep saying that the president is doing this. Oh, what is the effect when you are not holding your governor accountable and your local government chairman? Because if one person is doing it out of 100 people, it makes no difference. I hope you understand that. But secondly, we can't. Please, whenever people are saying that we are not okay about it, please let them always remove. Just say I am not okay with it. Not all of us, because some of us might be okay with cutting off. Because to be honest with you, like, sometimes you come to the country and you see that you are able to drive, and you see that a government official would drive long convoy, something you don't see here.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing. So I think it's like a welcome development. At least it brings sanity to the road, brings sanity to the people.
But how does that address our immediate problems? Because we have deep-seated problems right now. We're not able to, we can't afford anything as we speak. Our money is useless. But how does that in any way, it's like a drop in the ocean. That's what some people are saying. How does that affect it today?
I understand that we've got like a lot of problems, but one of it is cutting the cost, because a lot of us have been complaining about the government is spending so much on unnecessary things. This is part of the unnecessary things.
Okay.
I hope you understand
All
that.
right, Femi.
Like, so
I have to let you go.
Yes. That's the thing. If I was the governor or the president, I would do the same. All of us, we don't need to follow me. Just stay one place.
Okay.
I hope you understand that.
All right.
That's the thing.
Thank you very much, Femi, for calling. I appreciate it. I have just 3 minutes on the clock, and I want to do justice to so many messages. As many messages as I can. Okay, so let me go back to WhatsApp. Someone here says, let's see. sincere presidents speak to the people directly, not through spokespersons like Ngalali. Later, APC will say it was Ngalali that made the promise and not Mr. President. I will only believe if Mr. President speaks to us directly and passionately, as it was done in Namibia and Zambia. If APC must copy and paste, do it properly. Biko. Joseph from Ogba. Okay, Joseph, you're asking for a bit too much, aren't you? I'm just saying. This one says, there's nothing special in what the man is doing. If he really wants to prove he's working, he shouldn't ban himself. He should ban himself from every top political class like him. Should stop foreign trips or medical trip for the next 3 years until he fixes Nigeria. Work on power supply and security. Fix our roads. He should follow the good example of Malawian president, and then maybe he can say he's working. Pet Debbie from Ikorodu. Okay, Pet. This one says, good afternoon, Marianne. Nigerians are tired of propaganda. Cost of living is very high. Let's face reality. Momo Adamo from Ikorodu. Lucky Lola from Markborough says, I'm happy her passport was seized. I'm disappointed at this Betta Edu. I do now believe the old saying that what a man can do, a woman can do better. Can it not be about sex right now? Because I don't see when men steal, where people say, men are thieves. This is about this gender. It's not about the gender. It's the act in itself. Anyone can do it. And so, again, nobody has actually said that Betta Edu stole anything. She's under investigation. It doesn't mean that she did anything bad. Do you understand? So please, take it easy, okay? And don't shame her yet, all right? She's being questioned. Someone here says, this is Isaac Oladele, and by my name, you can see that I am Yoruba. He says, I should please keep reading that man's message. We use it to know everyone who is normal in Nigeria from the West. I mean, I shouldn't support a criminal-minded government. All right. Isaac, whatever that means. All right, this one says, I didn't miss much. Welcome, I beg. Does the federal government cutting costs on traveling expenses benefit me as an average Nigerian? Shey Gary don't reduce ni. Rice is still high on the high side. Drugs got over 35% increase. What of insecurity? Except this administration takes a holistic approach to issues and fix the economy, then never start, I beg. Mr. Bully from Ikorodu sent us that one. All right. I'm going to quickly take another message before I go for the news at the top of the hour. We will, as often said by this APC government, indeed, indication so far from Tinubu and his government shows that they have nothing to show that they can do any good thing for this country, rather only for making noise and propagandering, he says, to grab power. And okay. Godwin from Lakoe, be calming down. Don't quarrel like this. It's not good for your health. It's okay. Tony from Warri says, let them start from NNPC if they really want to convince me on all of these shenanigans. Oh, wow. Okay, Nigerians are not even playing. This one says, I'm taking this last message because I have to go. Cutting cost of governance on presidential security details by President Bola Tinubu may not work. It has always been there for president to move with a number of security as advised by the National Security Advisor. Buhari tried it when he assumed in 2015, but he was advised against it. Comrade Daniel Onobume from Mowe. We've got to go for the news break. In fact, after this break, we will go for the news. And then on the other side of the clock, on the glass ceiling, we're going to talk about Mommy Z. Yes. Feminism and those who think less.
The auditions for the Betta Edu Secondary School Debate Competition have been extended. Hurry now. Enter for the chance to compete with the best of the best debaters in Lagos, Abuja, and Rivers. To begin, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Click on the Betta Edu banner on
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.